Matt, has been a quicker turnaround than usual. How has recovery for the lads been this week?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, we assessed them Wednesday morning or Wednesday lunchtime on the back of those efforts on Tuesday night. Only really Jonathan Grounds with the calf strain or the calf niggle, so to speak, who's probably out of contention for Friday. And it's a case of seeing where they were today, physically and mentally, and freshening the team up where we possibly could, and putting out a really competitive team to face one of the best teams in League One.
And you say that we're going to obviously rotate. Are we likely to see some of the younger players from the under 18s come through on Friday night?
No, the under 18s will stay separate. We've not trained with them, separate bubbles and training groups, so to speak. And plus, they've had the Christmas period off. I think they only came back in at the start of the week. So, we've got players coming back and first team senior players of such. So generally the squad will be strong. It's just where everyone is at game time wise, and how much training they've had in preparation for Friday's fixture. So the bench was strong again on Tuesday. I expect it to be strong again on Friday as well. So there's no need in terms of where we are squad wise to introduce any young players, but we've got young academy players within our ranks, within our first team anyway, and some of those players will be getting a rest. Some will be back on the pitch again. So as always, there's people representing our younger age group, so to speak.
But this is, of course, a great chance for them to play themselves into contention for maybe league games in the future.
Yeah, definitely. And, every game's opportunity. The fact that it's a competitive game against a good opposition on our home pitch, which we've not played on for a little while. We obviously missed it over the Christmas and festive period and New Year. What a fantastic game to play in. We'll see what it's like to play on a Friday night. Something we've looked at from afar in terms of other league clubs have done it and had success with it. We'll see how our fans take to it. We'll see how our players take to it. We'll see how the game feels. But I alluded to it earlier. We feel it's a real cup tie, and maybe the fact that we're playing on the Friday night under lights will give it that feel about it. And hopefully, it's a quick, energetic game with two sets of really good players. Let's be honest, they're of a certain level in the league above, and the history of the club suggests that they're going to be strong, and the history of themselves in this competition suggests that they're going to put a strong team out as well. So, what a fantastic opportunity, regardless of who plays on that pitch.
And you mentioned that Jonathan Grounds was taken off on Tuesday with a calf strain. Are there any more returnees to the squad? You said that it's building day by day, but so who's returned?
Well, Callum Rowe, Josh Coley, George Ray have been out on the training pitch this week in the last couple of days. So it's very much a case of the group of out of the 15 players who've had COVID, and some have isolated as well, even separate to that, they're getting them all back on the training pitch and giving them enough preparation time. Now Saturday we didn't have enough preparation time, even in terms of the starters. Tuesday we had a bit more preparation time, and tomorrow night we've had a bit more time together. So we're building and we're strengthening in relation to that, but we're still at different positions in terms of our fitness levels, which is a strange thing to say as a manager midway through the season. You almost expect everyone to be at the same level of being able to play 90 minutes, and it's the same across the board. It's not just Exeter City, but we've just got to assess who can play what part in and what role tomorrow night, and hope that we come through unscathed again. Important to mention that Groundsy's calf strain came off the back of inactivity for a period of time and then having to play a first team game, and we don't want to put anyone else at risk, but it's needs must at the moment.
Say with the injuries and such, the transfer window is open. Is there any likeliness that we're going to see some movement in the next couple of weeks?
There's always a chance of movement. You can never quite predict when it will happen, but we're working towards it as we always have done. We're looking to strengthen in certain areas of the football pitch, and you can never discount the chance that other clubs will show interest in our players as well. So it's always an interesting month. I think the preparation and the lead into it has been strange, on the back of a lot of teams not playing, and maybe on the back of the COVID situation and the injury situation. But we're back playing, and I know some of our players performed well on Tuesday night in front of certain bodies, not just in the crowd but at home watching as well. And the next opportunity is Friday night. And like I say, I hope it's a good game of football. It felt like a proper game of football on Tuesday night, and we're looking for the same this Friday. So you never quite know what's coming in relation to the transfer market, and we've just got to make sure that it's on our terms and it's positive and it strengthens our group of players.
Like us then, Pompey are kind of hovering around the playoffs in League One. How would you assess their season so far?
Well, look, it's difficult because I'm managing a club in League Two, so with no disrespect to Portsmouth and League One, you can only see it from afar. The only thing I'll say from the outside, it looks a fantastic group of players, fantastic manager who's been there and done it time and time again and had success in terms of promotion. So you expect them to strengthen maybe this window and keep pushing towards the top end of that table. Looks a competitive league, but I watched them on Monday against Cambridge, and I've obviously watched a couple of the video games, so to speak, in this competition and in their league. But it's always difficult to comment fully on how teams are doing at another level, which you're not privy to on a daily basis. So, testament to the job that the Cowley brothers are doing at the moment, and I'm sure that will strengthen as the season goes on. And
they left it quite late to qualify to the knockouts this year, but it is a successful tournament for them in the past.
Yeah, I mean, historically, such a big club. In all cup competitions, not just the Papa Johns, but their recent success in this competition shows how they'll take it seriously, and their strength squad as well. I think that's important. The teams that do well in this competition generally have strong squads, and we want to progress in the cup competition. So it won't be for the want of trying on Friday night. And like I say, I'm sure there are good players on show, and we hope it's well supported in terms of our supporters as well as the Pompey fans. Not a million miles away. It's not a South Coast derby, but it's not the longest trip in the world. We know we have to make a lot more longer trips throughout the season. So hopefully there's a good contingency of away fans, and that will always help the atmosphere at the park. But you never quite know what you get in terms of the Papa John's fixtures. They're not the priority in amongst the league campaign. But the fact that we've not played at home for a little while, the fact that we're playing Portsmouth, a historic club, a fantastic club, and a club at a higher level, and the fact that it's on a Friday night will hopefully attract a few more bodies.
And the fact it's the first time we've played them since the 2020 semi-final. We saw then that even with a young side, we showed a lot of fight, and we almost mirrored that on Tuesday night as well.
Yeah, one game was nearly 2 years ago. The other game was on Tuesday night. The only patterns or trends is that we're still producing good young players from our academy and giving them the opportunity in the first team. To see Cheick Diabate and Harry Kite and all the other young ones play on Tuesday was fantastic to witness. And you cast your mind back to 2 years ago, and Jordan Dye was on the pitch, Harry Kite was on the pitch, Joe Randall was on the pitch, Ben Seymour got on the pitch, Archie Collins. So, there's a reason why we are where we are as a football club, and there is a reason why we work the way we do. And there's no better opportunity than at the next game. Whoever played on Tuesday and performed well will get another opportunity, and they have to stay selectable. It's all well and good saying young players get the opportunity at a first team level at Exeter City, but they've got to make themselves selectable. And once they're selectable, then we'll give them a chance to play. And if they play well, they stay in the team. So football's a simple game, but no better place to be as a young player than Exeter City.